Now we hop across the Atlantic to Canada, where the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts is hosting a rare exhibit, The Warrior Emperor and China's Terracotta Army. We enlisted Andrew Prince, world-traveling cultural navigator for ontheglobe.com, to visit the exhibit as it was being launched and tell us all about it. He teamed with videographer Ryan Spence to generate this report.
Tommy, please tell me about the terracotta soldiers.
The terracotta soldier actually is the first emperors. Some soldiers, they use the stone make it and bury it in the tombs together with emperor.
They would put them in the tombs like the Egyptians would, right?
Yeah, like the Egyptians. And first that the emperor feel alone when they died, so they want a lot of live soldiers together with him died. And at that time, some soldiers came up idea about make us two soldiers. So that's the 8 wonders in the world.
That was an encounter with young students on the famous Bund in Shanghai. That meeting underlined the pride that the Chinese take in the storied tale of their first emperor over 2 millennia ago. Qinshi Huangdi was a warrior who conquered 6 rival states and unified his nation. But that chance meeting revealing the stories of Chinese history has now crossed the ocean and reached the Canadian city of Montreal for an exhibition entitled The Warrior Emperor and China's Terracotta Army. We spoke about the exhibition with 2 of the lead curators of the Canadian exhibits of the Terracotta Warriors. Laura Vago, the new curator of Asian art at the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts.
Well, we wanted to have a more sort of aesthetic, appeal, give a more aesthetic appeal to the Terracotta Army artifacts. We have almost 240 artifacts in the exhibition and a very long time to sort of tell the story. It goes from 9th century BC up to the 1st century ADs. And that means that we wanted really to give more of a narrative, sort of allure to the exhibition. We have worked also with the designer Stéphane Roy from the Cirque du Soleil, and he gave us a sort of scenographic, more almost theatrical way of looking at the objects, and so that's why we have a lot of special effects.
Breaking from tradition, unlike other kings and emperors, the first emperor took no reign name, although his birth name was Yingzheng. It was only after his death that his family assigned him a reign name.
The fact is that we don't know very much about Qin Shi Huangdi. The first emperor is really a legendary character. So we thought the mystery, around this person was very much what enticed and sort of could attract the visitor.
Chen Shen is the senior curator of the Royal Ontario Museum and the brainchild behind the Canadian exhibition of the Terracotta Warriors.
I am a specialist in Paleolithic archaeology and working on the stone tools. I went during one of my field work, and we see the sites there. And I stood in front of this football-sized field of 6,000 of terracotta warriors there. And I said, how could I bring this to Toronto or to Canada?
Dating back 2,200 years ago, 10 larger-than-life sculptures are the focal points of the exhibit. 2 high-ranking officers, 4 soldiers, a civic official, 2 horses, and a most recently discovered acrobat are among the objects unearthed.
The creation of the 8,000 terracotta warriors by the first emperors 2,000 years ago is a great achievement for this emperor to present his world that ended heaven as a unified land, and he wants to continue that power to the afterlife.